Across the world, there are places where nature is not just scenery, but a powerful force that has shaped everything. Namibia is one of those rare lands. Some of its landscapes were formed by wind, heat, and silence over millions of years. Others remain almost untouched, where the desert meets the cold Atlantic Ocean. From the red dunes of the Namib Desert to the Skeleton Coast, Etosha, and Fish River Canyon, today we begin a journey through a land that is vast, wild, and wrapped in mystery. A spectacular, shimmering desert of giant, apricot-colored sand dunes rising over 1,000 feet into a deep blue sky defines the Namib Desert National Park, home to the sustainably developed Sossusvlei tourism infrastructure. Spanning over 12 million acres of the oldest desert on Earth, this vast wild sanctuary is the absolute visual crown jewel of Namibia. At its heart lies the surreal clay pan of Dedvli, where charcoal black camelthorn trees, dead for 900 years, stand like natural, haunting sculptures against stark white clay and soaring red dunes. To protect this fragile desert ecosystem, while sharing its majestic beauty with the world, Namibia has constructed an extraordinary, low-impact tourism infrastructure. High-end eco-lodges, solar-powered luxury camps, and carefully managed desert trails allow travelers from across the globe to experience this desert paradise in perfect comfort and safety. It is a magnificent model of conservation-led economy, proving that preserving Namibia's raw, spectacular wilderness is the most valuable investment for national brand and prosperity, transforming a silent desert of sand into a global symbol of natural wonder. Where the wild, barren valleys of the central Namib Desert meet the distant blue peaks of the Ohorongo Mountains, the Langer Heinrich uranium mine has made a spectacular comeback to fuel the world's nuclear future. Using an advanced alkaline leach process to dissolve uranium directly from calcrete sedimentary rocks, this massive open-pit mine has restarted commercial production with designed annual output of over 5 million pounds of uranium oxide. Giant yellow excavators claw through the ancient desert floor, loading haul trucks that carry strategic ore to a state-of-the-art processing facility with absolute efficiency. By utilizing the robust industrial corridors of the Ohorongo region, including the expanded port of Walvis Bay and reliable water pipelines, Langer Heinrich has successfully returned to full operation. This mine is a vital economic engine, generating hundreds of jobs and tax revenues that support regional schools, healthcare, and infrastructure. Watching the shimmering yellow uranium oxide being packed into strategic steel drums highlights the incredible resilience of Namibia's mining industry, showing how a forgotten deposit can be revived to bring prosperity to the nation. Where the legendary Zambezi River flows with fierce, thunderous power, along the border of Namibia and Zambia, the spectacular concrete arches of the Zambezi Katima Mulilo Bridge, also known as the Sesheke Bridge, soar gracefully over the rushing currents. Spanning 2,950 feet of engineering brilliance, this concrete masterpiece serves as the final, critical link of the Trans-Caprivi Corridor, transforming trade between several nations. Standing on this bridge, the eyes do not meet desert sands. Instead, they gaze upon a lush green paradise, filled with birds, towering riverine trees, and the rich culture of the Caprivi people. Unlike standard bridges, this remarkable structure represents the ultimate triumph of regional cooperation, transforming an impassable water barrier into an open gate of trade, unity, and hope between Namibia and the rest of Africa. Slicing through the heart of southern Africa, the Walvis Bay Ndola-Lubumbashi Development Corridor, also known as the Trans-Caprivi Corridor, spans over 1,550 miles through wetlands, savannas, and dense forests to link deep Africa with the Atlantic Ocean. This incredible transport artery acts as an international lifeline, connecting Namibia directly to the copper-rich provinces of Zambia and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Giant cargo trucks, carrying valuable minerals from Congolese mines and timber from Zambian forests, travel along this modern paved highway, utilizing bypass roads and strategic border crossings to reach global markets. The corridor runs through the historic Caprivi Strip in northeastern Namibia, a lush green, water-rich paradise that looks completely different from the dry, red sands of the Namib Desert. Supported by a strategic railway link between Walvis Bay and Grootfontein, this corridor has successfully turned Namibia into a regional logistics powerhouse. It stands as a masterpiece of continental integration, proving how a nation can use simple highway asphalt to unlock the wealth of the interior and bring hope to landlocked communities thousands of miles away. A spectacular, shimmering sea of blue glass, known as the Omburu Solar PV Power Station, stretches across nearly 100 acres of dry, sun-drenched Ohorongo savanna, capturing the blinding light of the African sun. As Namibia's first utility-scale solar plant, this 20-megawatt masterpiece was built for $20 million to turn the nation's endless sunshine into sustainable economic prosperity. Over 33,000 solar panels rotate slowly from east to west with mathematical precision, tracking the sun's path to maximize every single watt of clean power. Built on customer-funded regulatory resources, Omburu has successfully reduced electricity costs for citizens while cutting carbon emissions by thousands of tons annually. It stands as a brilliant showcase of African innovation, proving that the same sun that once scorched this desert land can now be harvested to power clean transport, modern schools, and a brighter, safer future for everyone. A desolate, fog-shrouded coast stretching for 310 miles, where the towering orange dunes of the Namib Desert crash directly into the freezing waves of the Atlantic, defines the haunting wilderness of the Skeleton Coast Park. Nicknamed by Portuguese sailors as the Gates of Hell, this magnificent coast is scattered with the rusted bones of massive steel shipwrecks and bleached whale skeletons half buried in the sand dunes, offering a cinematic visual that is unlike any other place on Earth. Yet, among this desolation, a unique and fragile ecosystem thrives. Desert-adapted lions hunt seals on the beaches. Desert elephants wander through dry riverbeds, and thousands of Cape fur seals gather in thunderous colonies along the shore. To protect this pristine wilderness, Namibia has restricted entry to high-end, low-impact fly-in safaris, turning extreme isolation into a highly coveted, luxury experience. Looking down from a small aircraft as the thick ocean fog rolls over the shipwrecks and desert sands. The Skeleton Coast represents the ultimate, haunting beauty of our planet, a lonely paradise where Namibia has successfully frozen time to protect the last truly wild coast on Earth. A continuous black ribbon of asphalt, known as the Trans-Kalahari Corridor, slices cleanly through the infinite, crimson wilderness of the Kalahari Desert, stretching beyond the horizon as if chasing the setting sun to rewrite the trade geography of southern Africa. Carving an ironclad path through some of the most unforgiving terrains on Earth, this strategic trade route connects Namibia's deep-water ports directly to the industrial heartlands of Botswana and South Africa. Heavy cargo trucks roar down this road day and night, carrying tons of copper, agriculture, and manufactured goods across country borders, with ultimate ease. By bypassing traditional, congested southern routes, this remarkable corridor slashes transit distances by an incredible 250 miles, creating a high-speed express pathway to the Atlantic Ocean. Driving along this empty desert highway, with its lonely acacia trees and distant dust devils, one experiences a majestic solitude that hides a bustling economic artery. For the builders of Namibia, this road is a shining testament to national prosperity, turning a vast, landlocked continent into an interconnected global marketplace where human connection triumphs over geographical isolation. Deep within the golden heart of Namibia's northern plains, the Otjikoto gold mine stands as a spectacular engineering project that has turned raw rock into a shining river of national wealth. Blasting through solid rock layers to expose deep gold-bearing veins, this modern mine has produced over 1 million ounces of gold, diversifying Namibia's mining sector beyond diamonds and uranium. But what truly sets Otjikoto apart is its revolutionary transition toward green mining. In 2025, the mine took an incredible 79% of its electricity directly from a massive, grid-connected solar power plant, cutting carbon emissions and proving that heavy mining can be clean and sustainable. For the local communities of Otavi and Ohorongo, Otjikoto represents a proud home of community development, investing millions into education, local business procurement, and advanced technical skills. It stands as a shining model of sustainable industrialization, where clean energy and rich mineral resources merge to build a prosperous, self-reliant nation. Sailing on the wild, deep blue waters of the Atlantic Ocean, the MV Benguela Gem, a spectacular 580-foot floating fortress of the Debmarine Namibia Offshore Diamond Recovery Fleet, battles fierce waves to extract the most valuable treasures on Earth from the dark sea floor. Operating as a proud joint venture between the Namibian government and De Beers, this technological marvel uses massive underwater crawlers and precision tracking systems to vacuum high-quality diamonds from sea depths up to 500 feet. Unlike landmines that scar the earth, this remarkable floating sanctuary has pioneered least impact, shallow water mining, protecting the rich marine biodiversity of the Atlantic Ocean for over 20 years. This single vessel adds an astonishing 500,000 carats of pure, high-value diamonds to Namibia's national production every year, funding public schools, modern roads, and hospitals across the country. Watching this steel giant stand strong against the roaring ocean mist, the Benguela gem represents the absolute pinnacle of marine technology, showing the world how Namibia harvests the treasures of the deep to secure its economic prosperity. Standing at the spectacular port of Walvis Bay New Container Terminal, where the sun-scorched dunes of the ancient Namib Desert collide directly with the roaring, icy Atlantic Ocean, one is witnessing a colossal monument to human ambition. Constructed on nearly 100 acres of land, reclaimed from the ocean floor, this $400 million masterpiece stands as Namibia's economic anchor, representing the ultimate triumph of engineering over nature. 4 giant ship-to-shore cranes rise like steel titans against the shifting coastal fog, moving with mathematical precision as they lift the weight of global commerce. Before this Titan was built, the harbor could only handle a modest cargo load, but today, its capacity has expanded to over 1 million container units annually, putting Namibia on par with global maritime legends. More than 2,000 local hands poured their sweat into these foundations, acquiring vital skills to build their own future. Unlike conventional ports, this remarkable terminal does not just serve a local city. It acts as a critical lifeline for landlocked nations like Zambia and Botswana, transforming Namibia from a lonely desert country into the beating heart of southern African trade. It is a true gateway of prosperity. Where the cold ocean fog drifts softly over the historic coast of Swakopmund, the Equiano subsea cable Namibia landing has arrived silently from the depths of the sea to connect southern Africa with next-generation digital speeds. Partnering with local telecom giants like Paratus and Telecom Namibia, Google brought this state-of-the-art subsea cable ashore, creating an incredibly powerful digital gateway. Boasting a massive bandwidth capacity that is dozens of times higher than older cable systems, Equiano represents the cleanest, fastest, and most resilient digital expressway between Europe and West Africa. This project is a crucial economic engine for Namibia's young, tech-savvy population, paving the way for remote work, fintech, and digital education. Unlike conventional infrastructure projects that are visible from afar, this digital giant lies silently buried beneath the ocean floor and desert dunes, quietly working to secure a prosperous future where geographical distance is completely eliminated. As the wild waves crash against the Swakopmund shoreline, the landing station stands as a silent monument to Namibia's rising status as a high-tech logistics hub for the African continent. Deep in the dry, rocky canyons of the desolate Karas region, the Neckartal Dam stands proudly as a breathtaking monument of concrete and water, a massive $400 million masterpiece that is the largest dam in Namibia. Built with over 1 million tons of roller-compacted concrete by Italian engineering giant Cellini Impregilo, this structural titan can hold a staggering 232 billion US gallons of water, creating a vast, deep blue inland sea that looks completely surreal among the dry desert rocks. For the local Nama communities living in Keetmanshoop, this is not just a storage dam, it is a life-saving water bank that protects their livelihood against devastating, long-term droughts. Millions of gallons of water flow through its high-pressure booster pumps and irrigation canals, nourishing acres of green, beautiful farmland where dates, table grapes, and essential crops flourish under the hot desert sun. Step onto the edge of the world, where the ground suddenly plunges over 1,800 feet into the winding, ancient abyss of the Fish River Canyon, the spectacular crown jewel of the Richtersveld Transfrontier Park. Stretching for 100 miles through the hot, barren plains of southern Namibia, this colossal canyon is one of the largest gorges on Earth, attracting brave hikers who test their survival limits in its dry, silent depths. This Transfrontier Park represents a majestic, landscape-scale conservation project between Namibia and South Africa, protecting over 1 million acres of the unique succulent Karoo biome. Unlike any other national park, this transfrontier wilderness protects rare desert-adapted plants, wild mountain zebras, and ancient hot springs that have bubbled from the earth since ancient times. Standing silently on the high canyon viewpoints as the setting sun colors the canyon walls in deep crimson, one is reminded of our planet's wild, geological power, showing the world Namibia's dedication to preserving its most extraordinary landscapes for generations to come. In a desolate, dry land, where no permanent rivers flow for thousands of miles through the interior, Namibia's survival depends entirely on the Eastern National Water Carrier. A spectacular network of high-pressure pumps, concrete canals, and giant underground pipelines spanning over 400 miles across the country. This transport network acts as a literal lifeline, carrying precious water from northern reservoirs directly to the high highland capital of Windhoek. By combining surface dams, deep groundwater, and recycled water into one smart system, this engineering masterpiece has kept Namibia's political and economic heart beating smoothly through the most severe drought cycles. Giant booster pumps work day and night, lifting millions of gallons of water hundreds of feet over rugged mountain passes with ultimate precision. In this unforgiving desert nation, prosperity is not a given. It is carved from stone and carried through steel pipes, showing the world a masterclass in water resilience and climate survival. The crystal-clear water flowing from taps in Windhoek, sweet and pure, represents the ultimate miracle of modern green technology, engineered by the new Uranium water reclamation plant. While major cities in the United States and Europe still hesitate to reuse domestic water, this high-tech plant has been transforming wastewater directly into pure, safe drinking water for over 2 decades. Processing over 5.5 million US gallons of water daily with absolute biological safety, Uranium utilizes a multi-barrier system of ozone, ultrafiltration, and activated carbon filters that destroy every single impurity. This remarkable facility provides up to 35% of the drinking water for Windhoek's population, proving that human survival can triumph over the harshest climate limitations. It stands as a brilliant case study for dry cities worldwide, from Los Angeles to the Middle East, showing that with innovation and courage, water can be recycled forever, making Namibia a global leader in ecological survival. Behold the colossal, gaping amphitheater of stone, carved deep into the desolate Namib Desert, known as the Rössing uranium mine, one of the longest-running open-pit uranium mines on Earth. Spanning over 3 miles long and 1,300 feet deep, this engineering titan has processed millions of tons of desert rock for 50 years to extract uranium oxide, also known as yellowcake, which powers clean nuclear reactors worldwide. Owned as a proud subsidiary of Canuck Namibia, Rössing has successfully extended its mine life to 2036, securing thousands of highly skilled jobs and generating immense economic prosperity for the coastal towns of Swakopmund and Unlike typical short-term mining projects, Rössing is a national icon of sustainable mining, investing millions into regional water safety, public education, and environmental rehabilitation. Looking down at the massive dump trucks appearing like tiny ants, crawling along towering, red terraced cliffs, the open pit stands as a monumental testament to Namibia's industrial power, proving that the treasures buried beneath this ancient desert are fueling the clean energy transition of the entire world. Where the rugged limestone hills of Otavi rise majestically above the northern bushveld, the Ohorongo cement plant stands as a massive industrial cathedral that has laid the very foundation of a modern nation's growth. Representing a spectacular $200 million investment, this pioneering cement manufacturer operates one of the most advanced, environmentally sustainable kiln systems in Africa, boasting a massive capacity of over 1.1 million tons of high-quality cement every year. What sets Ohorongo truly apart is its unwavering commitment to sourcing 100% of its raw materials locally in Namibia, creating a proudly Namibian product that builds the country from within. This cement has paved the runways of international airports, reinforced the massive walls of strategic dams, and built the concrete berths of Walvis Bay. By utilizing biomass fuels from local bush clearing to run its kilns, Ohorongo has pioneered a circular economy that protects the natural savanna while generating hundreds of highly skilled careers, proving that Namibia has the resources, skills, and vision to build its own future, one solid foundation at a time. Behold an endless, shimmering white expanse, stretching over 8,800 square miles of the African continent, known as Etosha National Park, Namibia's flagship wildlife sanctuary, where a salt pan so massive can be seen clearly from outer space. Etosha is a breathtaking paradise, where endangered black rhinos, giant African elephants, lions, and thousands of elegant springboks gather around natural waterholes under a relentless, blinding sun, offering the ultimate, raw spectacle of African survival. This park represents a masterpiece of wildlife conservation as economic infrastructure, generating millions of dollars in sustainable tourism while providing vital funding for local communities and park rangers. Unlike standard zoos or fenced reserves, Etosha's immense scale allows animals to migrate freely across vast plains, maintaining natural cycles that have existed for thousands of years. Standing silently in safari vehicles as a magnificent pride of lions walks past in the dusty twilight, one feels a deep awe and respect, showing the world Namibia's extraordinary success in turning wild biodiversity into a shining beacon of national pride and sustainable prosperity. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Namibia. If you enjoy wild and mysterious places like this, we'll see you again on the next adventure.